Hello, my name is Andy Ulrich, and I am 42 years old. Today's date is Friday, November 12th, 2021. I'm recording at the WTJU studio located in Charlottesville, Virginia, and my partner is Bill.
My name is Bill Antholis, and I am 56 years old, and my partner is Andy, who has a voice for radio. He also has a face for television, but a voice for radio. So I'll ask you, could you briefly describe in your own words then your own personal political values as somebody that's moved from conservatism and republicanism to something a little bit less easy to define?
I would say probably emerging from my undergraduate work, I would have identified as a conservative Republican, but I was never a big fan of identifying with a party. But today I would be a little bit more detailed. I think it's just the exposure to more people, other people, and just experiencing humanity and just trying to sit with it as best as possible and make sense of it, which is nearly impossible. And I would say that I would be socially liberal, progressive, economically fairly conservative still, and globally aware and responsible. Going back to the question, was there an event that really kind of altered your political views? And I would say that I was already moving towards where I am now, but really when President Trump was elected, it was, for me, a revelation in working with and helping my students process what was going on. Students that were very much rejoicing in Trump's election, and other students looking at that as, when's the other shoe going to drop, right? So helping them navigate that and helping other kids to say, listen, just because the person you wanted to win the election did that, I'm not saying don't be excited, but remember that there is a responsibility for our elected officials to represent their people's beliefs, but also deeply consider the other people that may not have voted for you.
To where Andy's ideas and views have evolved over the years, I was in graduate school and I was overseeing a final exam, and I walked in just as the exam was being given. And the head TA who was giving out the exam said, okay, make sure that you print in large letters the name of your teaching assistant on your blue book. And then he paused and he said, and for those of you who wrote on the midterm, the one who looks like Lenin, his name is Bill Antholis. And I would say that the reason the joke was funny is at the time, I wasn't a Leninist by any means, but I was significantly further to the left than I am today. I don't think I'd ever paid attention as much to the fact that my grandparents were both small business people, and my dad is a lawyer and entrepreneur, though he was a very passionate Democrat. Actually, what he did for a living was very market-oriented. I think I came to intellectually understand the power of markets in a more profound way. I really came to understand even the conservative parts of my own upbringing. I remember thinking, it's kind of hard to go across difference if you're somebody that, generally speaking, thinks of yourself in the middle. This would be much easier for my wife and daughters to do.
I've got some people in mind, too.
So what I was curious to see is, okay, how will I get paired? I think I'm delighted to be paired with Andy.
I would concur. Very enjoyable conversation. And I learned from it, too.